The fleets are already moving across the Pacific, closer than either side fully realizes, adjusting course through open water while maintaining distance and avoiding detection. Aircraft lift off one by one, spreading outward in wide search patterns over an ocean that offers no answers, scanning a horizon that remains empty despite the growing expectation that something is out there. They are not searching blindly. Some already have an idea of where to look, but even that knowledge is incomplete, forcing them to rely on aircraft that must cover vast distances with limited time in the air. Every minute spent searching reduces the chances of returning safely, yet the search continues, stretching farther than it should, pushing pilots beyond the point where certainty exists. A small island lies ahead of it all, insignificant in size, yet slowly becoming the center toward which everything is moving. Around it, search planes move in expanding arcs, but not every direction is fully covered, and some sectors remain unchecked, leaving gaps that no one can see from their own position. Most of the reports coming back are identical. Nothing, no ships, no movement, no confirmation of anything beyond empty water. And still, more aircraft are launched, more directions are assigned, as if increasing the search will force the ocean to reveal something it continues to hide. At some point, something is seen. A distant contact, unclear, incomplete. The report is sent back without urgency, passed along as just another possibility rather than a confirmation. It changes nothing. Operations continue as planned. Courses are maintained. Aircraft are redirected, but not decisively, not in a way that reflects what might actually be out there. The information exists, but it does not yet take shape, not clearly enough to alter decisions. Beyond the horizon, the opposing fleet is doing the same, adjusting course, launching aircraft, and waiting for a single piece of information that will define what happens next. Neither side has a complete picture. Each is acting on fragments, on assumptions, on what they believe is out there, rather than what they can confirm. Time begins to stretch as the search continues. Minutes pass without clarity, and then more minutes with the ocean remaining unchanged, giving no indication of what is approaching. No smoke rises in the distance, no formations break the surface, nothing reveals itself. And still, both sides continue, because the distance between them is no longer as large as it seems. Contact is no longer somewhere ahead. It is already close. And when it happens, there will be no time left to adjust. The first attacks begin early in the day, before either side has a complete picture of where the other is. Aircraft are already in the air when contact is first reported. Squadrons turn toward new coordinates, adjusting their course as messages arrive, committing to targets that are still being located. From Midway, American aircraft launch toward the approaching fleet, climbing and spreading out as they head into open water. They move quickly, closing distance based on the last known positions, knowing that by the time they arrive, those positions may have already changed. The first attacks reach their targets without coordination. Bombs are released from altitude, falling toward ships that continue maneuvering below. Columns of water rise where they miss. Near hits send spray across the decks, but the ships keep moving, turning through the impact points before the next attack arrives. Torpedo squadrons come in low. They hold a straight line over the water, flying directly toward the ships as anti-aircraft fire begins to reach them. Tracers cut across their path. Aircraft are hit, fall away, disappear into the sea. The formation thins. They keep going. Some drop even lower, closing the final distance with no room to maneuver, maintaining their approach while ships turn to avoid them. One aircraft releases and pulls up. Another follows. Torpedoes enter the water and run forward in parallel lines toward targets already changing course. Behind them, more aircraft arrive from different directions, at different times, without combining into a single strike. Some attack immediately. Others circle briefly, trying to identify targets that do not stay in place long enough to be fixed. At the same time, other squadrons are still searching, crossing empty sections of ocean where nothing appears. Some reach their assigned coordinates and find only open water. Others continue beyond them, extending their range until turning back becomes unavoidable. In the sky, paths overlap. Aircraft pass through the same airspace at different altitudes, some climbing away, others descending into attack, without fully converging. Reports continue to come in. A fleet is seen in one direction. Another report places it somewhere else. Aircraft already in the air turn again, adjusting mid-flight toward new headings without certainty about what they will find. Below, ships continue to maneuver, turning, accelerating, shifting position between attacks that arrive separately rather than all at once. The strikes continue, but never together. By the time the first aircraft begin to pull away, fuel is already becoming a factor. Some return after attacking. Others turn back without having engaged at all. The battle is no longer a search. It is now a series of encounters happening at different moments, across a space that keeps shifting as both sides move through it. And still, neither side has fully seen the other. The next attacks do not arrive together. They arrive at the right moment, while aircraft remain low over the fleet. Drawing fire and holding attention below, new formations appear above, descending from altitude with little warning. They do not circle. They do not adjust. They commit. They do not wait. Bombs are released. They fall clean. One cuts through the deck of a carrier before the explosion follows. Another strikes moments later. A third lands further down, close enough to merge into the first fire as it spreads across the surface. Flames appear instantly. Aircraft still on deck are caught where they stand. Some are being moved. Others are armed. None are launched. More bombs fall. Not in a single line. Not in a single moment. But close enough that the effect builds without pause. Ships begin to turn. Then slow. Then lose formation. On deck, movement breaks down. Crews respond. But not fast enough to contain what is already spreading. Smoke rises quickly, marking positions that only minutes before were difficult to find. The attacking aircraft are already pulling away, climbing, leaving behind ships that are no longer operating as they were. Then it begins. Secondary explosions, not from the attack, from inside the ships. Fuel, ammunition, aircraft. The fires spread below the deck, feeding on what had been prepared for the next strike. The smoke thickens, rising higher, turning isolated fires into something continuous. At a distance, more aircraft approach. They do not search. They head toward the smoke. The battle changes. It is no longer about finding the enemy. It is about striking what is already burning.